a lot of the stocks that have a large stake in the index, they somehow mirror also the movement of the index, that if these stocks would pump, the index would also pump. If they consolidate a bit, the index also could consolidate a bit. Again, I'll say this over and over. The 5 stocks that have a large weight on the index, AC, Ali, SM Prime, BDO, what happens to them would also show you sentiment for the Philippine Stock Exchange Index as a whole. Hey everyone, so let's talk about what's happening in the Philippine markets. Yesterday closed at 6,796. Value turnovers at 5.4 billion. You had foreigners buying, but there was a larger amount of local transactions for the day. Now, before I proceed and talk about individual stocks, so in this video, I want to talk about the Philippine Stock Exchange Index, SM Prime, ASEN, Ali, BDO, Monde, SM, ICT, Globe, AP, and also JFC. That's what I think is amazing about creating multiple assets. You can shift from one to another, and we really want our economy and we really want our market to continually push up. And to those fully invested in the Philippines, solely invested in the Philippines, that we get to talk more about it over and over and over, and we get to do a deep dive on it as well. So the closing of the PSEI was 6,796 after the large push that happened a couple of days ago. And prior to that also, it already pumped up and pushed up once again after a large amount of foreign buying. So allow me to pull up the charts. You can see it. It made a large pump, consolidated a bit, then it pumped up again this week. Then after the large pump up, it started to consolidate once again. However, here's what's interesting about that. What I described, if you try to look at it, large push up, consolidate a bit, large push up, consolidating a bit, it started to build its base. And for those who attended our Stock Smart sessions, please remember this, that number one, uptrends are built by breakouts that consolidate, that as it starts to consolidate, the previous resistance that's now the new support is not broken. And that's what we're also seeing right here. So from all of this, we have a couple of things that we can actually look at still. As of this point in time, the Philippine Stock Exchange Index is still above the 20, 50, 100, and 200-day moving averages. MACD is still above the zero line cross, meaning whatever downward push that we had over the past 5 and 6 months, it's currently confirmed by a reversal brought about by the moving averages and also MACD. If you draw a trend line here, you will see right after the breakout of the 20-day moving average, you will also see it start to push up once again. So right now, we are seeing the Philippine Stock Exchange Index confirm its reversal pattern. So I hope you're learning, and I hope that this is something that's helping you. Now let's go to some individual stocks. I want to start everything off with SM Prime. SM Prime closed down today, 37 pesos per share. And above and beyond that, it closed 1.07% lower. Value turnover, though, is very, very high at 945 million pesos. A lot of the stocks that have a large stake in the index, they somehow mirror also the movement of the index, that if these stocks would pump, the index would also pump. If they consolidate a bit, the index also could consolidate a bit. Again, I'll say this over and over. The 5 stocks that have a large weight on the index, AC, Ali, SM Prime, BDO, what happens to them would also show you sentiment for the Philippine Stock Exchange Index as a whole. If you look at SM Prime, it's the same as how I drew the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. You have a breakout here from a downward trend. Then you also see it right here, right now, above 20, 50, 100, and 200-day moving averages. What's so interesting about that is it touched the 100-day moving average right here. It continually started to bounce. So a very, very important signal, or at least a very, very important level to watch out for SM Prime, is the 100-day moving average. As it stays above here, then the upward push that we have for SM Prime will continue to remain intact. That being said, the current resistance that we have for SM Prime, provided that it stays above the 100-day moving average, is at the 40.46 mark. I forgot to mention this for the PSEI, so allow me to go back here. So for the PSEI, your current resistances right now still stands here. Main resistance is at the 733.67 mark. Then you can also put something around here as a breakout from that particular support level or resistance level, which is now also our current support level at 6679. Then your resistance is at the 7,058 mark. So that's where we are for the PSEI. ASEN closed up today 7.78. It's at 3.18% higher. Value turnover is very high at 439 million. So this is how ASEN looks like. I've mentioned this in the previous post that it has consolidated for the short term, and this is its consolidatory range. Please remember for ASEN, the resistance right now is at the 7.9 mark or the 8 peso mark, and it hit that today. Now, that being said, if it fails to break out from this level, possible retracement could just bring it back here where the 20, 50, and 100-day moving averages are, or if it will continue its sideways route, the support at 6.65 is an area for you to actually watch. So please do write this down: 6.65 as your level of support, 7.9 as your level of resistance, and ASEN has been consolidating at this level since December 2020. So we are looking at more than a 7-month consolidatory range for ASEN: 6.65 support, 7.9 resistance. You also have a support level at the 20, 50, and 100-day moving average, which is at the 7.1 mark. So again, failure to break out from the 7.9 level could lead to you also as a trader taking profits at this level. But a breakout from this is we could see larger strides for ASEN. We could see it go beyond, I think, the 9+ mark should it break out from the 7.9 level. MACD also right now, no, very without momentum yet, but it has crossed above the zero line level. Ali closed at 36.4 pesos per share. Value turnover is at 405 million. It's down 0.27%. Looking at the charts, this is how it is. Similar to SM Prime and similar to the stock exchange, Philippine Stock Exchange Index, you have a breakout right here from the downward trend. It's showing us a legit sign that it's actually reversing. Support to watch out for right now, similar to SM Prime and the index, is the 100-day moving average, where Ali is currently above it right now. So similar to the index, large pump, consolidate a bit, large pump, consolidate a bit. Now, let's see how low it goes, that it does not break the support that it currently has, so that the higher highs and the higher lows for Ali will solidify, and we could actually see it reverse and move into an upward trend. Next resistances for Ali to watch out for right now is you have 42.13, you have another one at the 39.4 level, then you have another one here at the 37.6 mark. So it's very, very close to the 37.6 mark, but should it break out from that level, 39.84 is your next level of resistance, and a failure to break out from the 37.6 mark, you have 35.19 as your level of support. So things are looking good, no? MACD is also above zero. The two lines have already separated, denoting that there is momentum pushing it also. And now let's look at its counterpart, another large cap stock. Let's look at BDO. BDO closed at 107 pesos per share. It's up. Please do remember that this dipped below 90 pesos a few days ago. So for those who were able to pick it up, congratulations to all of you. BDO closed at 107. Value turnover is 366 million pesos. As you can see, this was the dip right here. It hit below the 200-day moving average, but it started to bounce. MACD also right now is above the zero line mark. If I'll draw a support line here, you have this at the 101 level. Possible areas of resistance right now is right here, number one at the 110 mark, then you have the largest one at the 115 level. So what's so interesting though about BDO is that as it broke out of the 105.7 level, it's now above the 20, 50, 100, and 200-day moving averages. It's also the 100-day moving average is also at the 105.7 mark. And if I'll draw, this is something interesting. If I'll try to draw a downward trending slope here, it's quite evident also that what happened over the past few days allowed BDO to somehow get out of that 5-6 months downward trending slope as well. But if you'll allow me to zoom out further here, it's very, very evident still, no, that it really hasn't escaped this particular sideways trend here, that from March 2020, it has not broken out of the 115 mark as well. So that's where we are for BDO. And by the way, if you're watching this and you want to learn more about technical analysis, we are having a Stock Smarts technical analysis Zoom course that's happening this July. I'll put the link in the description below, but we're going to talk a lot of the things that I have here, from candlesticks to trend lines to support and resistance to MACD to moving averages plus Bollinger Bands, parabolic SAR, Fibonacci retracements, and so much more. We're doing it this July, 2 weekends, Saturday and Sunday, just going in depth and doing a deep dive on technical analysis. Please do remember that technical analysis is past prices plotted into charts. Mountain is in right now 301 million in terms of value turnover. But as you can see right here, you have a very, very large. This is the IPO. After the IPO, you had this happen yesterday. It dipped below the 12.66 area low. Then boom, it started to push higher, but closed around the 13.1 mark. Then today, similar to its closing price yesterday, but it started to push up once again, and it's currently at the 13.38 level or somewhere around that. We can't really put a large support and resistance for Monday because it's relatively new. Please remember, technical analysis is past prices plotted into charts that if you have not really seen a large amount of past prices yet, whatever technical readings you have are not as strong. But just to force and make our own support and resistance here, current support that you could peg is at the 13.1 mark for Monday. Then the resistance that you have right now is at the 13.5 mark. So for those who just want to use this as a textbook study for IPOs that have come out and then short-term support and resistance levels, 13.1 is your level of support, 13.5 is your level of resistance. Next one, SM closed at 1,000 pesos today. Value turnover is at 229 million US dollars. Pesos. Nasanay ako sa... We've been doing a lot of crypto videos and we've been doing a lot of US videos that sometimes nabubulol ako between dollars and pesos, but break out from a downward trending slope. MACD crossed above zero with the lines opening up, showing you that there's also momentum confirming whatever reversals there. Then it's also above the 2050 100-day moving average, slightly above the 100-day moving average, not like the other stocks that I've shown you that they're highly above and then trying to hold that particular level. For SM, it's trying to hold that level. So this is a resistance that you can peg for SM. If it fails to go above this particular level over the next few days, then there's an expectation that there could be a retracement further for SM. Current support level for SM is 968. Next possible support level is 900. So 105 resistance, which is where also the 100-day moving average is. Current support is at 968, which is where the 200-day moving average is. If that does not hold, then there's a possibility that it goes back to 900. But a breakout from 1,005, your next possible resistances are 1,056 and 1,094. Comment below if you're learning and if this is something that's helping you. ICT closed at 148, it's down 0.26%. Value turnover is 139 million. So as you can see, also value turnover starting to dip, become lower as well. What's interesting though for ICT, it's doing something that's different from other markets is that it has broken out from the 129 resistance level. After breaking out from that particular level, nauna siya eh. If you look at it right here, it was consolidating from October 2020 all the way to April 2021. And at that time, a lot of the stocks in our market were currently still down, but nauna siya, it started to break out and confirmed also by the 2050 and 100-day moving average. And what we're seeing right now for ICT is a recipient of it continually breaking out from the 129 resistance level. All of the moving averages, MACD, are still currently confirming the breakout. It's still currently confirming its upward move as well. So as of this point in time, it's not showing us any break of support. It's not showing us a break of trend line. It's also not showing us any cross downs from MACD or moving averages as well. From all of this, no, the outlier is ICT. A lot of the stocks that we have been looking at, ASEN is consolidating at the resistance. Majority of them are just starting to reverse from its downward push, while ICT is continually pushing towards its breakout still. So AP, as you can see right here, if I'll zoom out, it's still in a downward trending slope. And if you'll zoom in further, you can actually draw a downward trending line here. At the very least for AP. It's still below the 200-day moving average. It's still below the 100-day moving average. It's trying to break out successfully from the 50-day moving average. MACD is showing us a change in direction. However, it's still below the zero line cross, meaning that it hasn't fully reversed yet. So in my opinion, possible resistances for Aboitiz Power is you have one right here at the 24.3 mark. You have your support here at the 20 mark. Now, areas of resistance that it needs to break out from if you want to see it push higher, this downward trending slope, the 50-day moving average, the 24.23 resistance, which is also where the 100-day moving average is. Then you also have the 200-day moving average, which acts as a level of resistance. So it must break out from all of these resistance levels if you want to see it push up and actually go up as well. So Ayala Corporation closed at 806 pesos per share. It's actually up. It's above 800 once again. It's up 1%. Value turnover is 118 million pesos. As you can see, it's similar to how the PSEI is. It's similar to how SM Prime is. It's similar to how SM is. Similar to how BDO is, because they depict how the index is. So as of now, also it's above the 20, 50, 100, and 200-day moving averages. MACD is above zero. Change in direction is there. So after its breakout from the 100 and 200-day moving average, it's showing us and confirming to us that the reversal right now is currently holding. Current support right now that we have for AC is right here at the 766 mark, as to where also the 100-day and 200-day moving average is. Current resistances to watch out for AC is 863, and you have another one right here at the 819 mark. So pretty much, no, AC is very, very near already the 819 resistance. Should there be a possibility that it has a hard time to go up, it's mainly because of the resistance here. Failure to break out of the 819 mark may just lead to another retracement here at the 766 level. So for those who attended their Stock Smart sessions, you do know that the first breakout is the most important. As long as it stays above the 766 mark, whatever upward push, whatever breakout, whatever uptrend that we have, still currently intact. What's interesting about GT Capital is it consolidated at this level, and it has actually broken out already from the 553 resistance level. It has broken out from the 556 level. Then we saw a bit of selling, 2 days straight of selling, but it's still currently holding this particular level. So possible resistances to look for 617. Then you have another one at the 669 level. So please do write this down. Immediate resistances for GT Cap 617, 669. Immediate support levels 570 and 553. If it fails to hold the 570 level, then there may be downward strokes. If it bounces off the 570 level, then whatever breakout, whatever upward push that we have for GT Capital may be pretty much intact as of this point in time. Lastly, Jollibee, and I'm sure you've seen it in the news, Jollibee has been in a lot of headlines primarily because of the towel, get breaded in chicken. I really didn't see a lot of the deep dives on it, but I actually don't know if it's legit or not. But what I do know is this: the charts are still showing us that it seems unfazed. The breakout from the downward trending slope is there. It's still reversing. Jollibee right now is above the 20, 50, 100, and 200-day moving average. It's above MACD. The change in direction is still pretty much intact. Similar to the previous examples that I've shown you earlier, pump, consolidate a bit. That's where we are right now for Jollibee. Things to watch out for is the 194 level. If it breaks past that, then it has a shot right now to go to the 110 mark. So current support to watch out for that may be significant is somewhere around here, the 180 peso mark. That's where the 20, 50, and 100-day moving average is. But what we do know right now, if it stays above the 181 level, then the narrative of it actually reversing from the downward trending slope is also evident, that we now have more signs and signals that, hey, it's actually reversing right now. So that's what we talked about: SM Prime, SM, Ali, BDO, Monde, the Philippine Stock Exchange Index, SM, ICT, Globe, AP, AC, and JFC. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them down below, and I'll try to make another video on top of it. And it's just nice to continually make videos also for the Philippine markets, because there will be phases where the crypto market's up, the Philippine market's down. There will be phases that the US market's up, the crypto Philippine market is down. And it's nice to be a multi-asset investor, because if you are a multi-asset investor, it gives you options, and it allows you to trade properly. It allows you also to be diversified, and it allows you to become better. Trading the cryptocurrency market right now, for me, has helped me analyze stocks in a different light, also has helped me look at charts in a different light as well. And it has allowed me to see, okay, this one looked like a formation that I saw also in the crypto market. I can apply it here in the Philippine Stock Exchange. So there, I hope you guys got a lot from this. If you're new to this, my name's Marvin Germo. I'm a stock market trader and investor. Please do note that whatever stocks that we talk about here, never ever buy, sell, hold, or avoid it just because we talk about it here in YouTube. It's your money, it's your responsibility. Please take the time to learn and to decide which stocks that you're supposed to buy on your own and on your own merit. It's your money, it's your responsibility. Again, if you want to learn more about technical analysis, links are in the description below for the courses that we have this July. But we also have books that are available in National Bookstore and Shopee that you can order. It will be delivered wherever you are in the world. And there, if you want to invest in stocks, for $1, we have GoTrade. What's so interesting about GoTrade is for $1, you get to buy US stocks, and it's commission free wherever you are. You don't need a large amount of money to invest in the stock market. And for $1, you get to invest in the largest stocks in the world. Anyways, I hope you guys got a lot from this video. I hope that this is something that's insightful. This is something that's helping you. This is Marvin Germo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.